Over a quarter of cowboys were black, and Hollywood studios covered this up. Yet, we still loved westerns because they promised respect, space, and choice, the same things that we were fighting for during the civil rights movement. So join us today while we discuss why black folks love westerns. And if you like stories like this, you can find more stories like this at onemichistory.com. But without further ado, let's get started.
Cowboys didn't start in Hollywood. In the 1500s, Spanish vaqueros brought horses, cattle, and their craft to the Americas. Their skills shaped ranching across northern Mexico and into the southern United States. Vaquero is the ancestor to the cowboy. By the 1800s, the job went by many names: cowhand, driver, stockman. But they had one job: ride, rope, and move cattle. After the Civil War, Texas had many longhorns and few railroads. Crews drove herds north along Chisholm and the Goodnight-Loving trails, and it was hard work through storms, rivers, stampede, and rustlers. Thousands of black riders signed on because they knew livestock from their time in bondage. Others learned from Mexican and native cowhands. The trail pay was roughly even, $30 to $40 a month. But in towns, the color line snapped right back. Hotels and restaurants barred us. The worst chores found us. Foreman roles were rare, not because of lack of talent, but because many fused authority from a black man. But the West was bigger than just cattle. In 1866, the Army formed the Black Regiment, the 9th and 10th Cavalry, and the 24th and 25th Infantry, later called the Buffalo Soldiers. They brought roads and forts and mail and fought in the Indian Wars. Black women also went west. They fed camps, they ran boarding houses, and some even rode the routes. Most famously, Stagecoach Mary carried mail with a shotgun in her lap. So to keep all of this in mind when we talk about why Westerns were so important. Because on the trail, freedom moved. Out there, a good horse, a wide horizon, felt like freedom from Jim Crow. The pay was competent, and if you could hold the night guard and calm a herd, it mattered more than your skin color. There was order that you could trust. The Buffalo Soldiers, or deputies like Bass Reeves, offered a model of lawful self-defense that was steady, disciplined, and protective. It also brought a bit of dignity. Land claims and ranch work in small towns, and even the word cowboy, which was initially supposed to be a slur, became a title that we wore with pride. So when Westerns talk about the road, the crew, the lawman, and the town that stands up, it echoes how black people survived, moved, worked, defended, and organized. By the late 1880s, the open range was closing. Railroads had spread, barbed wire fenced the land, and the brutal winter of 1886-1887 killed herds and ended many of the big drives. But the public's love for the idea of the cowboy didn't die. Dime novels and Wild West road shows sold the simple myth of white progress, taming that wild land. Early films copied that script. Stagecoach in 1939 made it the model with a white hero in a black and white world. But names like Nat Love, Bill Pickett, and Bass Reeves were pushed off screen. And when we did appear, it was often as a joke, and this is how the whitewashing stuck, but it didn't stay erased. During segregation, black filmmakers made race westerns for primarily black theaters. Singer Herb Jeffries became the Bonds Buckaroo in Harlem on the Prairie and Harlem Rides the Range. He stood tall, he sang, and he saved the day. And kids finally saw a black cowboy that looked like them. In 1972, Sidney Poitier directed Buck and the Preacher. He and Harry Belafonte played guides protecting freed people heading west from night riders. The film put Black and Native alliances on screen and tied the Western to freedom work. Years later, more films mixed Western settings with Black culture. On and off screen, the tradition grew. The Bill Pickett International Rodeo was founded in 1984 and toured the country and taught the missing history of Black cowboys while riders showed off within the arena. Today, we're in a bit of a revival. Movies like The Harder They Fall use real names like Nat Love, Bill Pickett, and Bash Reeves, along with a fictional, bold modern story. The Concrete Cowboys showed black stables in Philadelphia and how to keep horses close to home. Lawmen like Bash Reeves were finally put on the big screen, and Jordan Peele's movie Nope used Western language like rancher and wrangler and a threat on your land to tell a sharp horror story about work and control over a black-owned ranch. Beyond the screen, the yeehaw agenda in music and fashion made the idea plain that we never left the saddle, and groups like the Compton Cowboys and the Fletcher Street Urban Writers Club ride for the urban community. Museums and organizations, from the Black Cowboy Museum in Texas to the Oakland Black Cowboy Association, kept receipts and the Black Cowboy alive. So to answer the ultimate question, why do black folks love Westerns? Because Westerns promise what Jim Crow tried to steal: movement, land, freedom, and self-respect. Because the code inside the Western to be ready, to help your crew, and to face a bully matches our own survival. And because even when early Westerns whitewashed us out, we recognized ourselves in the story and forced ourselves back into frame. Thank you. This has been One Mic Black History. I'm your host, Country Boy, and this is why black folks love Westerns. If you love stories like this, you can find more stories like this at onemichistory.com. I would like to thank all my financial contributors. Without you, none of this could be possible, and I love you all. Peace.